This will be the People News. All right. Quit looking straight forward. Always look around you. Be able to protect yourself by any means necessary. Use your Second Amendment. Arm yourself with knowledge. Okay. Quit running off with hearsay. Everybody's hearsay. Do your own research. Okay. Very important. All right. By the way, look up the definition words that they're using so there is no misunderstanding when you go into courts, like the legal person. Okay. Everything I'm saying or doing is just my opinion. Okay. Just take it with a grain of salt. Lost my train of thought. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. And it was a rough day. There's something else I was going to say. Oh, by the way, it's for education. Okay. And let's proceed forward.
I have a right to make a report. You have a chance to explain to me. Get a warrant. This is not a disturbance of the peace. You're making it one, but there's no reason this is proper. This is not a proper arrest. Okay, it's not proper. I want to see.
And what he's basically there in probably Tennessee code, but in Texas code, I don't know what the code is in there, right? Texas, even being trespass is a criminal offense. Well, now we still got to go, since he's going to be arrested, at minimum, he must be taken directly to the nearest magistrate here in Texas. Okay. Can they really kidnap him? Yeah, constitutionally speaking, no. They cannot do this without a warrant. However, the next step is the officers must go by criminal code for Texas. That's either 14 or 15. Then take to the nearest magistrate, which would be 16. And the judge or the magistrate have 24 hours to issue a writ. If they don't do it in that 48 hours, then the case is automatically dropped and it cannot be come back to. I'm just going to leave it there.
You go out of here smoothly.
I do too.
Okay. So can you just say that you don't consent to any of this, but yet still walk?
No, I do not consent, and I cannot cooperate.
I understand. Okay.
Why so many bullets?
How many you think there are?
Expecting a gunfight?
And the reason why, again, just in case you guys missed the other videos, right? The reason why he doesn't consent and he's not going to walk is because, again, it gives extra strength because now he became an injured party, period. There's no denying it now. When he walks up with his feet, you're consenting, whether you realize it or not. And, well, what do you think he's saying that for, right? Well, why don't you just do that, and make our jobs easier? Well, no. Okay? Now, I'm not in the shoes. I may or may not do the walking or anything. It just depends how bad I'm aching. But that being said, it gives extra strength in any type of claim he makes. Because you are not assisting them in any way of your kidnapping, and your kidnapping it's just stronger, right?
Those are what?
So if it happens,
14-round clips.
better be safe than sorry, right?
Has anybody on your force ever had a gunfight in a warlike situation that requires that much ammo?
Warlike situation. If I was shot at once, to me that would be a warlike situation. One shell toward my head.
Oh, really? So what about you guys shooting at us? Wouldn't that be a warlike thing, officer? Huh? Should I be wearing all that stuff because I'm afraid of you shooting at me?
Your Honor, this is a secret event. I'm trying to cover it. Judge Bean, I'm trying to cover this event. Why is it a secret? The Open Meetings Act says nothing shall be done in secret in our government. Can't be done in secret. And these people have been doing things in secret for a long time. And that's why justice is so difficult to obtain. I do not consent to this. I do not have any medical problems. Is this a gurney? It's not, you know, it's not ruptured.
We're gonna go get that checked out. Come on with me. I can see right there. Keep going back, Dick. There we go. Y'all got my card.
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
If you're a magistrate, I can at least vouch that he's lived where he's lived. He's a peaceful person.
Okay.
This is.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's your judicial branch clapping of an innocent man going allegedly to jail. Judicial branch is laughing and clapping with an innocent man going to jail. And you should trust them, people? Think about it, people. They named out every single code that they are violating. And they're sitting there all nice and comfortable, and the honest man, the innocent man, is going to jail. The criminals are still there clapping. Explain to me how ridiculous that is.
Meet us out at the, if she's gonna trespass me, can I get that in writing? That'd be up to them. We heard her say you were trespassing, but that's enough for us. Is your body cam on by chance? Absolutely. Okay. I don't know anything wrong with that. Can I get some information from you so I can get that in the books? Yes. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Have you got a card as well? I don't.
You got to sit and think about how these officers, even though they're committing tyranny, right? But they're actually doing it with some kind of form of politeness. Still doesn't change the fact what they're doing is what they're doing, but at least it's not really a beating you in the ground and say stop resisting when you're not unconscious. You know, at least they're kind of, and there's been cuts in here and out. This is 45 minutes long. And so with the cuts and all that, how long have they actually been there?
I'll be happy to write my name and information down.
I mean, if we write him a cite and take him loose, he's going to come back. So we got to take him. Yes.
We as an EMS or we as a law enforcement?
Law enforcement. He's going to be.
You decide. We're not going anywhere. You decide what you want us to do.
So if we ask him if he gets cited and released, is he going to come back? He says yes, then we're going to take him.
Yeah, we can do that. But see, now we can do it like that. This is all this piece of property. They can eliminate that problem. This is trespassing.
Yes.
If he comes in here.
And this is where the confusion lies right here, right now, right? If it's an entrance into the public venue, there must be a way in and out of that public venue. So they have to actually let the people go in there. It's still not a trespass because there has to be access to it.
So, yeah, the room is separate. But as Mr. Sweets, as the management, they do not want him back on their property.
Correct.
Can I ask for
So if he refuses this, I'm going to go back and we're taking him. Do we just drive him right to the jail? And have the other
What's what is that doing? It's a misdemeanor. It's a misdemeanor, and it's going to continue if they don't take people.
I'm going to go beach and
No, they call it.
they're gonna leave, so they're not gonna give it any more calls. They've been there.
So the judge is a little nervous about walking out to that car.
They're gonna be at it.
Not copy the death.
So our judges out there are a bunch of marshmallows. Never threats, no nothing, just wanted to record, and now they're in fear for their safety and their lives. Ridiculous people.
But anything else, give us a call back.
What's that?
Anything else? Give a holler.
Appreciate you.
In the Title 8, Chapter 44, Section 101 of our Tennessee Code, says it is the public policy of this state that we will not have meetings conducted in secret. So what they're doing is a violation of state law, and they're using this venue to circumvent state law.
Sounds like a good lawsuit to come up against them for not letting you in.
No, it absolutely is, and that's why I want you to arrest me. I want to be cited. I want to be ticketed.
How do you guys reconcile this, like in your conscience? How do you reconcile this in your conscience? I'm sure you probably know because you're involved in court proceedings at some point, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
These guys are corrupt to the core. I hear from people. I'm a candidate for governor in 2022, and there's tens of thousands of Tennesseans that stand with me and recognize the rampant corruption in that program. And it's because of this lack of transparency. And you know, man, I've seen it, particularly at family court and juvenile court, that, you know, these people drink themselves to sleep trying to numb the pain out of these courtrooms. And I mean, I've watched a judge just say, no, sit down, shut up, I don't want to hear what you have to say. Like, it's a denial of due process. And,
Well, unfortunately, we're not the rule.
USC Section 241. Any person that injures or oppresses a constitutional right is subject to 10 years in prison and/or fine. And when they enacted 42 USC Section 1983, that you can bring civil suit for anybody that oppresses your right. 42 USC 1983 was enacted by Congress specifically because of state court corruption. And one of the main proponents of that was Senator.
Actually, that was incorrect. It's actually Congress enacted that in. They made it up in 1871, but it finally got passed in 1873, and it's called the Civil Rights Act. Okay, so it was extended into a couple of other numbers, but it ended up at the 42 of today of 1983. And 90, judges had qualified immunity and all that. But even in there, there's no such thing as officers with qualified immunity in that statute, all right, or that code, or whatever you want to call it. However, judges keep giving out unlawful qualified immunity. They became a legislature and it says, hey, they have immunity, but that's nowhere in the code.
And he said, sheriffs having eyes to see not, judges having ears to hear not, and all the apparatus put in place to ensure justice is scoped away from as if something to be feared. And one of the most dangerous things a person can do is seek justice in a court of law. It's because these courts are corrupt, it is destroying the country. It's tearing at the fabric, ripping families apart. You know, when you get these divorce cases, both partners lose.
And I still challenge that. What country has it not destroyed the court and from the courts doing these things, right? Every country, the courts were involved in destroying people's rights. in every country.
It's destroying the children. They're extorting these attorney fees. People paying tens and thousands of dollars to get a divorce, and they engage in vexatious litigation to keep the courtroom going and keep them coming back.
More money.
And so now here's the problem. Is I'm not pointing at you right now. It's just how it's going. In 1971, they created the Tennessee Board of Judicial Conduct, and they filled out the membership of that board, all judges, all of them judges.
Fox's Garden Hen House.
Now, the Tennessee Constitution, I don't know if y'all swear to uphold that, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Tennessee Constitution, Article 1, Section, no,
Doesn't matter. We wouldn't know the difference.
this is Article 6.
But you should.
No, this is Article 6.
It's all this stuff.
Have you ever read it? You swore not to uphold it.
Yes.
You ever read it?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't memorize all the codes.
Okay. Article 6,
I read
Section
the Bible
7.
too. I memorized all the verses.
But you know what's in there.
Article 6, Section 7. No judge shall hold any other office of trust or profit. You're a judge, you don't get to have any other office at all. And so they protected us, right? In the General Assembly, what they did, in Article 5, the House has the sole power of impeachment. And who can be impeached? Attorneys for the state, judges, legislators, the governor.
And again, a reminder, in Texas, that's Article 1, Section 15. All right, these are We the People News. Bye, y'all.